Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we'll learn about a Chatham-based sustainable footwear line that aims to give back. But first, the New Jersey Lottery Festival of Ballooning has been dazzling Central Jersey skies for decades. Here to talk about this year's festival is executive producer Howard Freeman. Howard, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lisa. Pleasure to be here.
We are so happy to have you here, and I cannot believe this balloon festival has been happening around here for 40 years. Tell us how you keep people coming back year after year.
We try and bring the freshest, newest balloons, the best entertainment. And as I tell people, I have the attention span of a 5-year-old. And if the balloon festival can keep my attention, it can keep the 175,000 other balloonatics that we expect to draw this coming July 28th to 30th.
I love that term, balloonatics. And you keep bringing the surprises year after year. But let's take it back to 30 years ago. You were 12. Why did you take this daunting task on?
My background was in event marketing, but specifically, I had worked for the New Jersey Nets. I worked in team tennis with Billie Jean King and Vitas Gerulaitis, did a number of Olympic volleyball events at Madison Square Garden. And frankly, I got tired of the winning and losing aspect. We were I could have been the greatest marketer and salesperson of sponsorships in the world or not, but, we were still dependent on the teams winning and losing. So when I had the opportunity to take over this balloon festival years ago, I found out that no balloon ever renegotiated a contract, no balloon ever got caught in a steroid situation, no balloon ever bit the ear off another balloon. So it was kind of a Sara Lee event. Nobody didn't like balloons. So we jumped at the opportunity. And 30 years later, now the festival's in its 40th year because it was in its 10th year when we did it. We've grown to become the largest summertime balloon and music festival in North America. And we can't wait till this July, actually.
I know that you get balloons from all over the world to participate in this event. How do you wrangle all of that together?
We have friends. We've done over 50 balloon festivals around this country and actually one in Inner Mongolia, China. And throughout that time, we've done a good job with and for the balloon community and gotten a good reputation. It's a great flying area out in Solberg Airport in Reddington, New Jersey, which is in Hunterdon, right on the Hunterdon Somerset line. So it's a great flying area. So as a result, this year, for example, we're bringing back a lot of the balloons that have been very special to the festival and to our crowds. For example, we have Darth Vader and Yoda coming in from Belgium. Let the Flight Be With You. They haven't been here for a number of years, but they did premiere here about 15 or 20 years ago. We're bringing back the Lover Bees, Lily and Joey. So you'll experience Love at First Flight. They're coming in from Albuquerque. We're bringing in Super FMG from Canada. The lottery, New Jersey Lottery this year for the first time. They are going to be doing a huge pork roll versus ham roll type of contest on a scratch off this year. So they're bringing in the Lucky Pig, Pegasaurus balloon, which will be wild. We also have the clock. So TikTok. So we're going to prove that not only do pigs fly, but we'll make time fly this year as well. And then we're bringing in a unique photo penguin balloon and a whole host of other surprise balloons that we'll be bringing. The first balloon flight was in 1776 in France, 120 years before the Wright brothers actually flew in Kitty Hawk. And that first balloon had a rooster, a duck, and a sheep in it. So we're bringing in for the first time anywhere in the United States, a Montgolfier balloon, which is going to have a inflatable rooster, duck, and a sheep on it. So I think we have our best collection of special shape balloons, which are really the stars of any balloon festival. So as you said, they're going to come from far and wide, and hopefully people will enjoy them when they come out to see it.
Now, if you are a scaredy cat like myself, I'm a little afraid of flying. A lot of these balloons are tethered, so you can still get the experience but not be free floating, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, many people, as well as myself, would tell you that a balloon ride, first of all, it's safer to fly in a balloon than drive to and from the balloon ride. But people have described it as the most fun you can have standing up. I agree with them. And we do have probably 1,500 people will take what we call up, and away balloon rides during the weekend. But then for people like yourself who just want to experience it and look over the entire field, and there's a ton of different things going on at the festival, more than just hot air, as we say, You could take a tethered ride, which means you're on a rope. You go up about 50 feet. You experience uh, flight, and then you come back down. And a lot of people love that enough to take a balloon ride. We've had, I would say, more than 25 people have taken their first balloon ride at the festival, have come back and crewed for pilots, and then actually become pilots themselves. And we have a bunch of them coming here who've been there a number of times, who started the way I just told you, tethered to up and away, to crew, to buying their own. They'll say the first balloon ride costs you 250 or 300. The second one costs you about 30,000 when you buy a balloon. So it's kind of a natural progression that, that's the magic of ballooning, and that's what people fall in love with when they see these incredible characters going up and away.
I want to talk about the impact that this balloon festival has on the state because it is the premier festival. You attract people far and wide. What is the economic impact that this festival has year after year?
We're actually going to, Montclair State University is going to do, their business department is going to do another economic impact study this year. We did one a number of years ago and found out that it was $53.2 million of economic impact between all the people coming in, taking hotel rooms, eating, drinking, buying gas, sales tax, and all that sort of thing. So I expect it'll go up into the 70s, maybe even 100 this year. So we're pretty proud that, all the eyes are on New Jersey. Last year we had 847 million. That's over 750 million media impressions around the world. Dateline New Jersey, showing the beautiful Hunterdon County and the great things about New Jersey. So we're pretty proud about what we do for the state, and we're proud to have New Jersey Travel and Tourism as a partner as well.
How has the festival affected local charities and the surrounding communities?
That's another good question. We've raised over 3.2 million so far, maybe 3.3 actually. Now that I look at it, about 150 to 200,000 a year that we give back into the local communities from people who, like the Bordentown Kiwanis, who sell our beer. People are flipping burgers. People are helping us in the parking lots. Volunteer Fire Department, White House Rescue Squad, who's our first aid company. So we believe that we believe in doing well by doing good, and it's come back to help us both regionally and locally in Reddington, in Hunterdon County, and then in the state as well.
None of this would be possible without your wonderful sponsors. And I know that you have an amazing partnership with the New Jersey Lottery, who is your title sponsor this year.
Anything can happen in Jersey, and they've certainly proved that. They had been involved with us for a long time on a moderate level. And then as soon as the opportunity came up 2 or 3 years ago to take over the entitlement, they did that. They've been increasing their participation on site. Any sponsor can just slap a logo on a poster or on the name of an event, but that's not what they're all about. They're about a partnership. We have Lottery Land at the festival, where they've now got the Cash Pop stage. They have 8 different tribute bands that we'll be having on that stage this year, from Bruno Mars to Jimmy Buffett to you name it, to Led Zeppelin. So that's kind of cool. They have all kinds of interactive games. They have a big spin. You can actually buy lottery tickets on site and instant win lottery tickets. And then they have a big spin that you'll be able to do on site. And last year, one of the winners of the preliminary big spin competitions was able, on stage, they were going to win anywhere from $50,000 to $300,000. And on stage, I was right next to him right before Todd Rundgren performed on our main stage. The guy won $100,000 right there, got his check right there. I mean, if that wasn't exciting, nothing was. I had goosebumps on my hands. It was incredible.
That's amazing. Well, speaking of goosebumps, I think one of the most heartwarming stories to come out of the festival year after year are the amount of marriage proposals that happen on your balloons. Can you talk about that and how someone maybe watching can finagle that for their woman in their life?
That is amazing, actually, how many people have gotten engaged at the festival. I talked about, love at first flight with the bees before, but everybody has balloons on their boat. Not everybody, but many people have balloons on their bucket list. And each year we probably have 15 people that call us and want to get engaged in a balloon, and we're happy to help them at 1-800-HOT-AIR-9. Our people will help set that up. You obviously have to buy tickets and a balloon ride. Some people buy a whole hospitality package, but they'll do that. And as I said, we've had people get married at the they have their officiant in the balloon, and they get married up and away as well. for the 25th anniversary, we had people renew their vows, and who knows, maybe we'll do something with everybody who's having their 40th anniversary from July 28th to 30th, come and renew their vows in a mass production as well at the festival, because there's, as I said before, there's just some magic about ballooning, and we're happy to help people provide that.
More times than not, you get great weather because I know you pick that weekend for that reason.
That and clean living has paid off for a long time. The weather, obviously, weather is crazy these days, but the weather at the end of July has been very fortuitous. We did a 40-year weather history, and that has really paid off. It might be a little warm, which is why people should come in the morning. As I said, the flights go up at 6:30 in the morning and 6:30 at night. So, that's because the winds are the calmest an hour before sunrise and an hour before sunset. Getting there early before the big crowds later in the day. We've gotten pretty lucky with the weather, but that's also been a function of doing some studies and seeing what's happening. If there is any inclemency, it's usually a quick 15, 20-minute thing. You'll pass through, and then we're back, and everything is rain or shine. As we mentioned, we have some major concerts that we're happy to announce for this year. 1:30 at July 28th on Friday is the place you want to be for Laurie Berkner. That night, for the first time, we have two concerts. We have Lit opening up for Everclear. So, they have a ton of big songs, and you'll be on your feet for that. And then, so we have the balloons at 6:30, the concert at 7:30, and then the second one at 8:30, and then either fireworks, or we're actually working on a drone show. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but that would be incredibly cool. On Saturday night, we have one of my personal favorites. It's their 50th anniversary. You're going to have to put on your boogie shoes, Lisa, because we have KC and the Sunshine Band. And if that doesn't get you up and dancing, and the concerts we have are usually based on what I call They Did That. We have Fitz and the Tantrums on Sunday afternoon. Once again, it's our 40th anniversary, and what do you do on an anniversary? You get up and dance. So between the balloons, between the concerts, and all kinds of kids activations, and a number of different surprises we're going to have that we're working on right now, this should be our best year yet.
And it keeps getting bigger and better. I'm sure you're already planning 2024 as we speak and beyond.
People think we work 3 days a year, but it's like planning a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a communion or whatever for 175,000 of your closest friends. And people work hard for their money. They have to buy food, they have to have transportation, they have to provide for their families. They don't have to buy a ticket to a balloon festival, and we're very cognizant of that. And that's why we do everything we can to promise X, deliver X plus Y, and make it a very, very special 3 days. And as hosts, we're going to do everything we can do to make it, the best experience you have this summer.
Howard, you are a Garden State institution. Thank you so much for coming on here. One more time, where can people find tickets?
You're making me feel old calling me an institution. I don't know. I hope there's no urban renewal around my office, or they'll tear down this institution. But you can see all our information on balloonfestival.com, 2 L's, 2 O's, balloonfestival.com, at BalloonFest, hashtag New Jersey Balloon Fest 2023. Check all our social media. Every day you'll see different things. If you go on balloonfestival.com, sign up for our e-blast. It's free, and you'll get all kinds of advanced discounts and packages. And so don't wait. Get out there and go. And for those concerts, we say you can buy a ticket for the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge, because you're going to be sitting on the edge of your seat watching those balloons, watching those concerts.
Absolutely.
Come on out when we paint the skies with those beautiful, colorful balloons.
Howard, thank you so much. And we have to shout out Russ Mensch, who brought us together once again after all these years. I'm so happy about that. Thanks, Howard. Penelope Lagos of Chatham created a brand that is sustainable, stylish, and gives back. Here now to tell us more is Penelope. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us all about Cassius Eco Fashion.
So Cassius Eco Fashion is a women's footwear collection that I launched. Our motto is style meets sustainability. So we launched with 5 styles, all of which are eco-friendly, cruelty-free, using vegan leathers, corks, organic materials. Everything is sustainable. Everything is repurposed. And I believe we have something for everyone at every price point.
Where did the idea of launching a footwear line come into play for you?
Okay, so as I know you know, I have been in the acting modeling world for many years now. And originally, when I started out, I actually have this on my blog on the website, but I had gone into an agency in hopes of them signing me for commercial print modeling. When I went into the agency, he asked me what my shoe size was, to which I said I was a 6. To which he said, "Oh, fantastic, that's the sample size." I had no idea anything about the shoe world whatsoever. I found out that shoe fit models and models that were used for the shows were a size 6. That is the sample size. So that began my career in shoe modeling. I was in Vegas and New York for the shows, and then eventually transitioned to technical shoe fit modeling. I was told that I was the perfect size 6. I have been fitting for all the major brands for many years now. I've been in the footwear industry for about 15 years plus. And it was really over the pandemic. I was actually fitting remotely for about 2 years. And when I decided that I wasn't going back into Manhattan, I said now would be the best time, no better time actually, to create what I've always dreamed of, which was having my own shoe line.
Well, I love how you were able to pivot during the pandemic. I love a COVID pivot story. And I just love how it's sustainable. Talk about creating a shoe line, though, because that seems like such a big task, maybe even more than clothing for some reason to me. I don't know if it is. Explain.
It is a huge task. You're dealing with sizes, and actually, all of the shoes are made in a small factory in Portugal. So I'm dealing with conversion as well. So 36 in European size versus 6 here. Sort of how does that look? They don't do half sizes there. So I definitely, it was a challenge for me to figure out the sizing. Even being a fit model in the past for so many years, it was very important to me that I got the fit correct. So whenever you're dealing with sizes, you're dealing with different people's size feet. It's always a difficult thing. So you want to sort of get a standard size. It's very important. Everything's fit on me, the sample size 6. But also the feet are different depending on what part of the world you're in. So I had to get and make sure that the fit was correct for European sizes versus the US sizes.
And then you also have to deal with the width of the foot too, not just the length.
Right. So the width is very important. There's so many factors that go into the fit of a shoe that people don't even realize, from the top line to the length of the laces, to the counter, which is sort of the back of the shoe, the heel. Every single piece I wanted to feel comfortable. That was a huge part of my mission as well, is to make sure what I say fit matters. And a woman wants to look good, but she also wants to feel good. And she can only do that if she feels comfortable walking around all day in these shoes.
Absolutely. The shoes make everything. Why design and use a factory in Portugal?
Yeah. So it was really, really important for me to use a factory that was giving trade, like fair trade and fair wages to their employees. We see a lot in the industry of this not happening, but in Portugal, they have a lot of standards that they go by, and all of the locals are involved. This is a project that they're actually hand making a lot of the uppers and a lot of the details that are a part of the shoes. So it was important to me that fair wage was on the top of the list, that everyone felt like they were part of the community and they were valued. And so I think you don't see that a lot in some of the factories in other parts of the world, but you do see that here in Portugal. And so I'm really excited to be working with them. Casual comfort, but chic is what I like to say. So at the moment, we launched with 2 sneakers, 2 slide sandals, and a pair of flip-flops. This is our spring-summer 2023 collection. I am looking, of course, to fall to what we'll be doing, which you'll see some more closed-toed styles, possibly some slippers, um, but everything on a more casual level. And of course, using the sustainable materials. Cork is a huge material that we're using. People don't realize what cork, the benefits of cork, which are A, durable. Cork is just as durable as leather, if not more. They're heat resistant. They are definitely breathable. They're hypoallergenic, impermeable. They can get wet, so water resistant. So there's a lot of benefits to using this cork material. And on our sneakers, we're using vegan leather. On the signature denim sneaker, we have organic cotton that's sourced in Spain. What's really cool about one of our slides, which I have with me, don't know if you want to see, but if you take a look at the outsole of this bottom, this outsole is speckled for a reason. We actually, a lot of people don't even realize this, but they took coffee grounds, which 2.25 billion coffee grounds are produced and waste per day, if you'd believe it. And so this factory is using new technology to recycle the coffee grounds from local coffee shops and manufacturers and actually inject them into the outsoles, which is what is done on our Be a Cork sandal.
That is so interesting. Do they give you a caffeine boost? I'm just kidding. I'm always looking for a caffeine boost nowadays.
No, I know, so am I, but no. But what's a cool property with the coffee grounds is that they have a natural antimicrobial benefit. So this works against smell. So you won't have smelly soles that you would with some other shoes.
That is very interesting. And you are protecting the planet, and
Yes.
we love all of that. I know the
Yes.
name of your company too is very meaningful, Cassius Eco.
Yes.
Tell us about how you got the name.
Yes. So Cassius, as many people know, was my beloved, beautiful pit bull, who I had for almost 16 years. He has since passed, but he has come back as a character in several of my children's books. And he is now the impetus for Cassius Eco Fashion. Cassius is also has Latin root origins, meaning hollow, which ties back into the cork material that we used. What's interesting with cork is that the bark of the tree, it does not damage the bark of the tree. So it's actually every 7 to 9 years, it rejuvenates itself. So Cassius sort of has two meanings, and I kept it open to not just footwear. I have it as fashion because I do plan on expanding the line to other cork products, whether it be handbags or accessories.
You are using Cassius Eco to give back to dogs, which are obviously near and dear to your heart. You have an event planned with the Husky House for International Dog Day on August 26th. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, so I came across the Husky House. They have been around for over 25 years now. Their founder, Lorraine Healy, is just an amazing woman. It's a 501c3, the Husky House. They're located in Matawan, so it is local to the community. And it is a completely volunteer-based organization, which you don't find very often. They're just super hardworking people. And their mission is to rescue those dogs and adopt them out who predominantly are Siberian Huskies, but since the inception has grown to take on mixed breeds and other dog breeds as well. Most recently, they actually took on several medical cases, people that just weren't able to care for special needs animals anymore. And they were brought to the kennel where they're being treated medically, fostered, and then adopted. So because of this great work that they do, I decided I wanted to team up with them. I wanted to do something really great and give back because, as you know, I love being the voice for the voiceless. It is just something that is very, very near and dear to my heart. And so for International Dog Day, which is on, as you mentioned, August the 26th, a week leading up to that and that entire week, portions of sales from Cassius Eco Fashion will be going back to the Husky House.
How do we find out more information about this event?
So more information will be online. You can go to huskyhouse.org. They're also on Instagram at Husky House NJ. And then, of course, I will be promoting it on my end on our website, which is CassiusEcoFashion.com, as well as on Instagram and Facebook, Cassius Eco Fashion.
Well, an inspirational story by an inspiring person. Penelope, thank you so much for coming on here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week.